Let's see. Hello, everybody. Are we on? Is there any way to tell? Yeah, looks like we are. Yeah, no one's watching, but it looks like it's kicking everything on, so it looks like we've got access. So that's a good thing. Oh, there's Wayne. Hey, Wayne. Hey, Wilson. I'm doing a stream. Is it going to bother you? You need me to go in the other room? Okay. All right. All right. So let's see. So welcome, everybody. We are doing a quick dev update today. Talk a little bit about World Anvil, where we've gone, where we're getting. Hey, Ted. We have Scott with us, aka Becksauce, and I'm Tim. Before I forget, we're filming. We're getting this set up to try and explain to everybody a little bit about where we're going with what we've done with World of Aihrde on World Anvil, and then what we're going to try to do. And I had a good conversation with Steve today about what were some of the things that we were confused about that we may want to start trying to advance on. And then Scott will talk about, he's been doing a lot of the assignments and helping people, and maybe we can kind of get all the group here to help us figure out maybe what you'd like to see next, if we can do it, and then we can discuss some of the issues and problems we're having. First off, on a little bit of gossip news, I heard that Fat Dragon's Lost Lands is finally up. Has anybody had a chance to look at it? Oh, hey, look. Thanks, Red Dragon. Thanks, Wayne. Ooh, I got an emote. Thanks. How do I do that? I don't know how that works, but oh, I'm sorry. Frog God, not Fat Dragon. I get both of those confused sometimes. Yeah, Frog God is Bill, and Fat Dragons is Tom. You know, Tom does the miniatures. So, Scott, how are you doing? Can you hear me, Scott?
There we go. I had it muted. Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing all right. Yeah. We pushed a lot of content out for the World Anvil.
Yeah.
I think we finished getting where it's almost. I think S series is finished. We got A and C and S on there. We've got some of the Steven standalone adventures on there, and I think we have one more. I think Slappy's got that as a work in progress.
Yeah. Is that Heart of Glass?
I think that's what it was. The last one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go through and work on our editing and make it all look nice and pretty and standardized and whatnot. And then I think I started actually for Tim. So on C6 on the ends meet, we've redone some of the navigation on there. It's kind of a test to see where it goes back and forth. So we should see updates for that and some of the linking for the anchors. Unfortunately, one of the things we can't do is link into an adventure right now, and I think that's technical limitations to the way the page is actually displayed.
Right.
We've chosen to do it in that document format, so it looks more like a PDF or like an adventure you pull down. And with that, it's like a JavaScript pop-up or something that goes on in the background, but we can't link into it. So we're trying to link everything out to it.
Right.
And try to get that the best so that when you're looking at C6 and you can hover over these links and get more information and follow them around to all the neat articles we have put in there. So it's definitely neat to see it take it off like that. And we've seen people. We've got some of the simple numbers in the background. We see that some of y'all are reading through the C series, which is great. I'd love to see it. So
yeah,
we are still working on it, believe me, and we'll definitely get there. And whatever else we got coming up, Tim will tell us what we got coming down the pipe.
Yeah. Well, first off, a little bit of here. Are you still getting the echo They were saying a bad echo for you.
Oh, an echo for me.
Yeah, that's what it says.
I've got Twitch muted, so I don't know. That's a good question.
Seems to be an echo from big time. Let me make sure I have Twitch muted too. I do. Oh, you know what? It might be the NDI source on my end over here. Let me see if I have to fix that. Yeah, let me see. Okay, now why don't you go ahead and speak, Scott, and then you guys let us know if it's still echo.
Yeah. Echo test. Echo test.
Hey, Moon. We're checking to see how his echo is now. I think it might have been on my mixer. Okay. All right. So
awesome.
I didn't realize that there's still a lot of these things I forget about because I've let you guys kind of take the helm on stuff. Steve and I were working on fixing the map a little bit, and I was like, I don't remember how to get there, how to change a map, you know, how to just change it out. But we managed to do it. One of the things that Davis had done was he's creating some new encounter areas or some different things, and we've been filling some of those in. Actually, Wayne's been doing a good job of filling those in whenever I bring one in. But he had written in for a place called Dsalewaten. And of course, we have only about 10,000 places on the map that are not assigned anything, but he wanted to go with the name Dsalewaten. So we had to put that on the map. Well, now when you do that and you write your own marker, put your own marker on there, when you scroll in or out, basically the font on it change, you know, it just makes it bigger or smaller. And so that would get huge and small. So what we went ahead and did today, and I'll show you guys what it was really bothering me before. Now I haven't linked it back up yet because Steve and I just got done working on it. But the map of Center West Ursel. Go to Center West and you will see Dsalewaten right where I'm. I don't actually guess you can see my mouse, can you? I still haven't figured out how to do that yet. But right under the map or the thing that says World Anvil in red up at top, go down until you see the lands called Blauden Timberland, and in there now is a place called Dsalewaten. And if I zoom in now, it actually works correctly because we went back to the base map and put it in. But from now on, Davis has assured me that he's going to not do that. He's going to pick places that are actually on the map already, which should make things easier for us because I mean we got to fill it out. But now that was the other thing that Steve sort of clarified for me today is that they are going to start writing random encounters and some specific encounters. So on our section, Wayne, you and Bake and Moon, all the guys that work on this stuff, is something you should know we're going to try and change. So if I go back to the World of Aihrde homepage, and you can see where we have encounters. Now, encounters in the lands of Ursel, and we have side treks, and then we have encounters. If you look at those encounters, those are basically just monster stat blocks. Okay, so we're going to change. We need to change the title from encounters to monster stat blocks. Okay, or monsters, whatever we want to call it. I know we're going to be doing monsters separately, so something we just need to figure out what to call it. But then you have that, and then under side treks, we're going to change that wording to actual encounters, and then we're going to have what are called random encounters and country encounters. So that if you have random encounter like Belgrad's axe, doesn't happen anywhere. You can drop this in anywhere, any place you want to play. You forgot to get your encounter up for the night, you can take it and run with it. Now, if it's specific to KOMR, then we'll put it in KOMR. We'll have under encounters in the lands of Ursul. This, where I'm hitting sidetracks, would actually be encounters, and then we'll have random, and then encounters in KOMR, encounters in 𝚃𝚘𝚕𝚔, that kind of stuff. Let me go back over here and see if anybody was. You were never added back into World Anvil. What is that?
Oh, I'll get it taken care of.
Okay.
Sorry, Wayne.
Did you ban him for a reason?
No, it was an accident. So,
okay, good. 'Cause he does all my work that I don't know how to do.
All right, I'll get it taken care of.
All right, cool. And so that'd be a place for us to start putting in those things. And so when Davis writes one of these little encounters like we had with the one for Dale Watton and for Kottleberg, now when we do those, we'll be able to put them in encounter, but we'll also, if they have a specific place in KOMR, we'll add it there so it'll have another cross-reference. So we were trying to figure out a way, and you know, Davis writes all these things, but we just didn't know the right place to put it. So that's kind of what we're going to try anyway. So without being too much of an idiot, can someone write that down and see? I'll write it down, or I'll send it to somebody, and we'll get it in there so I don't forget. Yeah, and I heard that. I heard Wayne wants to do all of the links on all the encounters. I mean, on all the adventures. Did you hear that?
I think we got. Yeah, I've got Moon doing the linking for the S4, and we're gonna ramp up and get the C and A taken care of, and everything else.
All right.
Yeah, that's our work in progress.
Well, I'm very excited to see it happening. If I went to C6, would there be something we can show everybody? Do I need to go in there?
I can put one in real quick. I actually had it copied, and I need to paste it in. So one of the things we can look at is the sidebar updated on C6.
Okay.
Before you click read document, I've updated the table of contents.
All right, let me get there. And I just saw where Epi had asked about a character sheet in the works. We've got several different things. I wanted to create one online. I think that's a good idea for us to have. Beneath the Canopy Greens.
Yeah, we are working on between our various VTTs and non-VTT stuff. I think we are working on like a fillable or some way to complete a character sheet, like in your browser.
Right.
So it is a work in progress. Yes, it's on the board.
All right. So now I'm looking at this. Hopefully you guys can see it. The new sidebar for the front end of C6 ends meet. So it's got the other ones listed down there in the series.
Yeah, so it's got those in there, and I can't find my place. Gosh, I got so lost.
Mass exodus of dogs. Sorry. Steve's got 3 dogs, so they're leaving.
Is it gonna load? Come on.
So Wayne was asking what purpose would what serve? The character sheet? I think it's just one more way of getting us to having
yeah, like just one more way for we can get the goal is not to I don't know, we want to simplify some things for the players, but still require the CK to do their job.
Yeah.
And still be able to be dynamic in that storytelling and decide what happens, what doesn't, what gets rolled, what still leave all the decisions up to the CK, but definitely simplify some things that make sense. We're not trying to reinvent the wheel, but simplify some things that will make sense and help the player and the community overall.
Right, and Wayne, I think you're right in the sense that saving them on World Anvil until we can do campaigns correctly, I think it won't work right. But you could even just have one to print out if you're going to be playing somewhere and you need something, or you can just fill it out online just to have it there for your own play. To me, the whole thing about having everything electronic and in reasonable grabbing time, the simple ease of just, if you want to get a game together and you don't have hardly anything, but you can get on World Anvil, then you've got the adventure, you've got the maps, you've got the encounter. You're going to have to roll dice, but there's even a dice roll on here somewhere. And you can play a good hybrid of Theater of the Mind, but you can also have a lot of these things specific for here. So I see putting everything on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did get okay, so go ahead and refresh your C6, and you can open up the document now.
Okay.
Right there in that first paragraph, I added the reference to the ends meet, which is our settlement article.
Okay.
That actually talks about ends meet.
Yeah.
So that's an external one. There are some still. I need to clean up the other internals that I got rid of, but for the ends meet, at least it gives the preview. And shows the related adventures, which in this case is C6, of course, kind of loops back. But it'll give you all the pertinent information.
But I think C1 is ends meet too, isn't it?
Yes, we have the map in there too, or the geography. I forgot about that.
Which I love. Yeah. I love that being in there.
That was I remember that. That was fun to figure out.
Yeah, you figured that one out. And I was like, oh wow, because it's perfect. You can have a reference without having to pop over to each one.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be linking, taking our content, and they don't have an automatic thing like a wiki page would to automatically process, whatever, it sees a word and says, oh, I have an article about that.
Right.
But unfortunately, we don't have that. I don't know if Demetrius will ever do that. That sounds like a lot, and he's got a full play as it is.
Sure.
But, so we got to do all that by hand, and that's where we have, all of our folks, I think Wayne, Moon, Keith, and Slappy, and everybody. So we've got a nice little army to go through and do it, and it's just tedious. So
it's just time.
We are definitely pushing that content out for all you subscribers. That's for sure.
Yeah, the content's doing good, and then we're going to be adding new stuff that's not even out there in the realm yet, that Steve and Davis write some, and we're going to have a new map or an overlay in the Codex of Aihrde. You have a map that explains the divisions of the lands of Ursel. It tells where the kingdoms are. I mean, so like on the map itself. Let me just go to the map and I'll explain. Excuse me. If I go to the map of the lands of Ursel, what we're going to be doing is creating an overlay on this, because you can kind of see where Gelderland is and where Kael'mar is and 𝚃𝚘𝚕𝚔. But now, let's say it's Reims. Okay, I happen to know that's in Kael'mar, but it's kind of in the middle of a bunch, so you don't know for sure from this map. But we're going to be doing a layer over here. This will be the base layer, and then we're going to take the kingdom map, hopefully from the Codex of Aihrde, and overlay this so people will know precisely where stuff is. Like, for instance, if you're in this section between Kael'mar and 𝚃𝚘𝚕𝚔, there's a good swath of just called the Wilds in here, which is so you can go play your game, put your game in there, or conquer areas and put that part of it. Let's see, Ted had a question about a direct import-export to Fantasy Grounds would be amazing. Yeah, it would be. I mean, I don't think we're anywhere near them doing that sort of thing or us doing that sort of thing. But that's what I think it all eventually should come down to, at some point where all this can be just sort of unified. I'm sure that
it's being tossed around.
Yeah.
We're working on some proofs of concept on the back end for some of the more technical stuff like that, where we can get more consistency out of our VTTs when we have to make updates. When the errata comes through, spelling errors or new blocks, or you reformat the blocks, whatever it has to be. But it is something where we do have a work in progress. So yes, you're on the right track, Ted.
Yes.
And it's definitely going to be great. It's a big, I don't know, it's a lot of different projects all mashed into one that kind of link to each other. So we're trying to be real careful and not screw it all up.
Well, yeah, that would be very important. Well, the one thing that we've talked about with Steve, hopefully running a game right on Twitch, either through Discord, but having everybody visually online and then running it in Fantasy Grounds. But really, the ability to take not only Fantasy Grounds but take some of the World Anvil stuff and take the maps and show the adventures the way that we have them, I think would be pretty cool. I'm not sure how we'd tackle that, but basically you just kind of set up two different sections, and for whatever he needs, he's really map oriented. When he has his options, he likes to have his map out there. And I've not messed with Fantasy Grounds at all. I don't know. I know we're still.
Let's get him some more monitors.
Yeah. Oh, he's got 2 now. We need to get him like 4, I guess. Better than my one little laptop. I don't do much other than that. But I'm very proud of everybody. You guys have been doing a great job. I sort of Bake has been Scott here has been taking sort of the mantle and assigning things to people, and between him and Chuck and myself, we've managed to get lucky and find a whole big crew of great people like Moondog and Wayne and Honey Badger and everybody else who has a name, but I call them, now I've gotten stuck calling everybody by their, except for Wayne. For some reason I call Wayne just Wayne. But you guys are doing a great job trying to get this out there. You can get, I don't have the links right now, but if you're not a member, you can go to World Anvil, World of Aihrde on worldanvil.com, and that'll link you to our Patreon page. Let me just see if I can bring that up real quick, and I'll throw the link out there so that if you're interested, and there is a free section if you do a follow on World Anvil and then you email me at tim@trolllord.com or product support@trolllord.com, then we will we'll give you that follower section. And then if you want to pay more to get more, get the adventures, get more of the maps, get a lot of everything, then there's different ways to do that too. So here's the link for the Patreon account, and it'll explain everything that we've got. I think every tier comes with the tricks of the trade as well, which Bake and I sort of set up when we did the database, and then he was able to help me figure out how to get it online. And so if you follow us at all on Thursday nights, Thursday at 4 now, Steve does a GM Tricks of the Trade, and that's a really popular show that we do. So check that one out if you haven't seen it. And let's see, I guess I should probably put the link to the world up there, don't you think, since we're talking about it so much?
Probably, yeah.
I mean, I know
I didn't even think to copy it while you were talking. And
well,
so that's on both of us.
Yeah, that's true. Well, Chuck is usually around. He's still got some errands to run today, but He's usually here, Johnny on the spot, with all these little bots and stuff. That
help wrangle us in, yeah.
Yeah, World of Air.
There we go. Got it.
Oh, yeah, you beat me to it. Nice. So if you want to go check it out, it's right there. And we've got. So I'm just going to kind of take people through, just just for posterity's sake. When people look at this 100 years from now, and they wonder where it came from, we've got. This is our world of air. Now, a couple things that, Bake, I want you to chime in here. That Moon, and when we had our meeting the other day, we talked about we have free access, but a lot of people don't know what to do with World of Air. What can you use it for? What can be done? I think that needs to be front and center, like how to grab encounters, how to use an adventure, how to what's in there. And then finally, some quick start rules for Castles and Crusades, so that Castles and Crusades is you can get started just by having your subscription to Roll Anvil. So that would be one of the front and center things, I think.
I think we could probably I know the QSR we're kind of working on, but I think we could definitely put up an article on there that explains what it is, what you can do with this.
Okay.
Just beyond using your imagination and writing your own stories, or working in the world and doing whatnot. But we can definitely put up an article for that. I think that's probably a good idea.
Yeah, just a sort of basic premise. Like so many times, we know what we're doing because we're immersed in it all the time. Yeah. But if I wanted to know what how to do something I had no idea, I go to this page, and that's usually where I find out information. So I'm just going to take it through here for followers, for free of charge, just as long as you follow us. You get a whole big section. You get 2 of the larger maps. Then you get a whole breakdown of the regions of the world. Then we have some stat blocks for the deities, the kingdoms. We even have some fiction and some adventures in there. Some Davis's shorter fictions are in there. And then some NPCs. And that's kind of NPCs and adventures are things that we're, I think, going to try to build up over time. Davis is going to be writing things, and we can add those, but we also have plenty of our own in other places. This NPC that he just did not too long ago, 𝚃𝚘𝚕𝚕. Yeah, Davis is very clever. He likes to come up with good names. And this is set in Kodelberg, so this is not only an encounter and an NPC, but it also it starts the town. This is the one after I told him we needed him to do actual places that have names. So that was the one he picked. So that's all for free, but you got to just follow us, and then we'll give you that access. And then the history of Aihrde is in there, the atlas basically, which breaks down every single place. And as Bake knows, he and I spent a lot of time doing a whole bunch of polygons and making those work. That was a lot of trouble. Yeah, and Wayne, Red Dragon, you're right. We could always extract some from the adventures. I think that's kind of where we want to go with this. That's just more material to break it down for people. But then we just got to start doing it and figuring them out. And right now we're sort of laying out a path. Davis and Steve are going to create some stuff. We're going to implement it, but we also have the links to do. We also have the QSR, the adding, just so many things to do. So we'll get that going. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about?
Oh goodness. Good question. Gosh, I don't really know. I know that we have some areas of the map that haven't been filled in yet, but that's something that I think Davis is still working on.
Oh yeah.
I think we had talked about just other expansions and stuff like that. So don't be afraid if you see blank spots on the map.
Well, basically, you know, anything. I'm taking everybody right now to the larger map. Okay. And now this, anything that's in red is going to lead you to another map. Anything in blue is going to give you an explanation of what's in that section. So this is a big world. And all these things that are in blue can have, like, cough, you know. That whole area is full and ripe and ready to go. We basically, it's right here where in the red is Lands of Ursel. That's 99% of what's been covered. There's a little bit of Haunted Highlands, and there's a little bit in down in Inclinade, I think, that's been printed. But the rest of it is just still raring to go. So there's so many different things we can do. You get to Lands of Ursel, and that's actually broken down into 9 sections. And then that'll take you into 9 more maps. I don't like how this, I don't know if you can see, Bake, but when you open up to the Lands of Ursel, the legend down at the bottom left, it covers up that map pin. And I don't think there's any, I don't know if we can reset that or move it or what.
That's a good question. We can take a look at it, though. This is your Ursel Overland.
Yeah, this is Lands of Ursel map with the 9 pins. And so when you just happen to go to it, if I refresh it, it hides the Darkenfold area, or Southwest Ursel, which has the Darkenfold.
Okay, really noted.
Okay. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's see. So beyond that, I think we're pretty much getting people lined up. People are working. Do we need anybody else working on stuff? Are we pretty much?
So far, so good. I mean, I won't turn down any additional volunteers at this point. If
Okay. Well, that was my
detail oriented and know how to work a little bit of just simple BB code and what's on the back end. So nothing big. But
there's a few little tricks to it that I don't like. Some of the setting up stuff, copy and paste, it doesn't work right for me. Moon and Wayne never really had a problem. I don't know why it was doing it for me, but in essence, it's pretty easy to figure out. It just needs some dedication. But that's yeah. If anybody's interested, we'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Just give one of us a shout on Discord. I'm usually here all day. Tim's here all night. So
yeah. So between the two of us, we've got it covered. Exactly. All right. Well, I think we've gone on long enough. I didn't want to make this a long, drawn-out process, and I know but I was down in the troll dens for the day, and I thought I would just try and give everybody an update since I actually had internet fast enough to make a show happen. That's usually the only reason that I can't do it. I'd love to do one every week, and kind of like we do. I've been sending out for anybody that does our Patreon. I send out a note every week talking about what we've done or what we're trying to do, and I'd like to do that on here, even if it's just 15 or 20 minutes. But literally, I have to drive 3 hours to get to Steve to use his internet, or 2.5 hours. And I could go into town. I've done that sometimes, but it's hit or miss from McDonald's. But let's see, what is Moon saying? We have some good support to help each other too. Yeah, everybody's been really good. This has been one of the best things that has happened to Troll War Games, I think, in a long time, is the Discord community that sort of grew up over this past year, and bringing in a bunch of volunteers and people who want to talk. And I think Twitch is a great way for us to get our general word out. But I also think that the best thing that has happened is the Discord makes it so much easier for channels and specific places to talk. It's not like Facebook. It's not like anything else. You have to belong, but it's easy to have chats and to discuss projects for us. And I think it's making the community that much better. So, does anybody have the invite for Discord? I'd love to.
The bot would if Chuck was on here.
Yeah, no, I say I've got it. I've got it. I finally put it in notes. I just forgot that. I was like, I'm here at Steve's. I can't do it, but I forgot. I have my own computer here. So our Discord invite. If you're not a member of our Discord, please come check it out. There's the invite right there.
Okay, great. Yeah.
And finally, so Chuck is there. He's probably listening from somewhere else. Okay. There we go. So it was a what do you know? I don't know things. I don't know much. But I will say, do we have anybody here who, if you are not is anyone here not a member of the World Anvil, on World Anvil? Chuck is sitting in his car. I know Ted, I don't know if Ted is still with us, but I wasn't sure if he had tried out the World Anvil yet. Because so much of what happens here is we have all of our people that work on this, who are most dedicated, and they're actually the ones watching most of what we're doing. But it's nice to see new people out there. So if you're checking out World Anvil and there is a comment section on there, you feel free to leave comments about what we should do or what we could do better. Yeah, there's Chuck. He's slacking as usual. And but you can also just email me at Tim at Trollord, Scott at Trollord. Is that what it is? SCOT, or is it
big? One T.
One T. Just yeah. One. Scott at Trollord.com, and just let us know what you think, and if there's anything that you would like for us to try. All right. Well, that's about all I've got for now. Are you got anything else, Scott?
I think the only other thing we got is the Haunted Holler, the painting show is coming up tonight.
That's right.
7 o'clock. No, wait. What's
it's
8 o'clock Eastern.
What is it?
Yeah. 7 Central.
7 Central. Yeah. So
7 Central.
What is it called now? It's not.
We had to change it from the Lazy Painter because apparently there already is a Lazy Painter.
Yeah.
So
but
he changed it to the Haunted Holler.
Okay, the Haunted Holler. So here's my question though. If that painter is so lazy, why did he bother to come up and mention that it was a copyright infringement?
I don't know.
He's not very lazy, is he?
Yeah.
All right. So yes.
But yeah, we got that tonight. It's a nice quiet show. Lots of tips and tricks actually.
Yeah.
I've been watching it. Well, I've been moderating it and / watching it for about a month now.
Yeah.
And I mean, my paint game is already way better. So.
Oh, excellent.
He's got some good tips and tricks in there, so I definitely recommend y'all come on by.
And it's a very calming show.
Yes.
The piece of it, it's just very relaxing, quiet. Yeah, it's unlike mine or Steve's ramblings. It's actually kind of peaceful. So that's tonight, and then tomorrow at 4 Central, Steve has his GMTT, and then I think at 9 on Saturday, Chuck has his Haunted Highlands game. Is that right?
I think that's the usual time. I don't know if he's streaming it or not. That's a good question.
I thought he was. So, yes, I can show people how to follow on World Anvil, Wayne. I didn't know if... yeah, Ted. Okay, so, yeah, let me show you. You're going to go to the home page of World Anvil, or World of Aihrde on World Anvil. And now you have to have a membership on World Anvil, but that is free to have. Now you're going to go down to the bottom, and where mine says World of Aihrde has 148 followers, there should be a place to hit follow. And once you have that follow, send me an email, and then I will give you access to this whole section for followers. And that's all it is. It's real simple. I mean, they don't have this. They have talked about it. We talked to Janice Is it Janice or Janet? And
boy, that's a good question.
Yeah, we talked to Demetrius, and he said that they were talking about when they get the community section set up, we'll be able to email followers, and I think we'll be able to set up a section much easier once someone, if I'm notified that someone's following, then I can give them automatic access. Until then, you just have to email me to get it. But because we're the first ones that are really doing this, right? We're not. No one else is.
We're pretty early with and with the Frog God too. I think they're the ones that are. Yeah, we're pretty early, big users of it.
Yeah,
and they definitely have a lot of stuff that they're cooking up too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's our whole world seems to revolve around just work in progress.
Yeah,
so
pretty much.
But everybody's building stuff for everybody else. It's a great time to be on this end of this business, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree.
There's
I think
a lot of neat stuff coming up, and it's great. I love it. I really do.
Yeah, I think this is the way to go. I mean, online is wonderful. I think being with your friends is great. But I've met so many people online and consider them my friends, even though I've never ever actually been in the same room with them. So to me, this is just an exciting time to be gaming. All right, well, we will let everybody go. I encourage you to come back tonight at 7 Central and watch a little bit of Daniel painting, and Bake will be on moderating. I'll probably be on the road. Now, so hold on a second, Ted. You don't see the option to sign up. Now, it may be that do you have an account with World Anvil? If not, you're going to have to go to www.worldanvil.com.
Yeah, worldanvil.com.
And
yeah,
then,
just sign up for a free account.
Yeah, and then you'll get the option to follow.
And then you should be able to follow.
Yeah, and if you don't see it, Ted, just email me and I'll help you. We'll hook you up. But it's almost, we've got just a few minutes before it's Bake's nap time, so I promised I'd get him off the computer early enough. So, thanks guys for showing up. I appreciate it. It says giveaway. I forgot to take that off. Next one we do, we're going to give away a 6 months subscription. I'm going to try to come down either in 2 weeks from now, so we'll do a 6 month ruler. No, which one's the deity of that? We'll get someone full access for 6 months. So stick around and come back for that one.
Yeah, come back for that one, definitely. That's a good one.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Take care, Bake. I appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank y'all. Have a good afternoon.
Bye.
All right.